for the Sorcerer's Stone, which is good news for multiple reasons. I have nothing against the Sorcerer's Stone, but honestly, the Chamber of Secrets was much better made, which is good because now that we're finishing up this one, we'll be going on to probably the best of the 3 games. The Sorcerer's Stone was the weakest of the 3, so the second and the third will be nothing but an improvement. Let me get make sure I get the comments up here in case anyone wants to chat. Yeah, I heard they outsourced this game to a different development studio for some reason after the Chamber of Secrets. And I think the original team from Chamber of Secrets went on to make the Prisoner of Azkaban. Not entirely sure about the time period there. Anyways, I'm getting the game up here. Is this it? Should be loading any second now, once it realizes what I did. Fresh boot. Yeah, okay, machine's already running. I have 56 of the 60. It really tells you right there at the end. And make sure this is getting the right EXE. Turn this speaker off there. Hold on. OBS, why aren't you working tonight? There it shows. Just need for it. It shows the EXE now that I need. I have it set to the Sorcerer's Stone. Why is it not showing? Okay. I'll shut down this. I'll just restart the emulator. Very unusual. When I hit the play on it, usually the game opens up right there and then. But for some reason, it's not running the game PCSX2 is being very weird today. It's like taking so long just for it to open. And then I have my OBS acting off too. And now I have to log into Retro Achievements again. Okay. It might be my internet tonight. Something's going on. No response. What is going on here? Login failed. Error, no response. No response. Oh, what in the world is going on here? Shut down without saving. I have to go all the way back here to my... to log out, log in. What a mess. I was gonna start early today, because I thought, well, I might as well finish this up tonight and then maybe show off some other things while I have the time. But yeah, I'm having no responses on my retro achievements tonight, which is a bit of an oddity because I was just on the website, so it shouldn't be that. Something is something going on. Down. Sorry this everyone. Let me just send this over to the music here while I get this figured out. I have no idea what's going on. It's not Steam. Nothing's downloading, thankfully. RetroAchievements.org is down. There are outages happening. Great. Well, shoot. Maybe this isn't going to be, maybe this isn't going to be a Sorcerer's Stone night. Depending on how long this outage goes for. What can I do instead? I can't do that. Okay. I have an idea. I am going to open up Math Detective instead, and we're going to do some math tonight. Math Detective. It's going to be wonderful. Let me first make sure I can actually open it. There was a trick I did to opening this thing. Yeah, it's in my abandoned lair. Yeah, there was a... What did I do here? Make sure it's in your CD-ROM. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, run as administrator. Make sure it's in my... Cancel. Yes. Finish. Okay. Sure. What a messy stream this is tonight. We'll see. How did I set this into my F drive? Okay, so I set it into my F drive, then I went over to Elbow Room. This was always a bit of a tricky process getting this. This is from a game from 1998. So, alright, go here, Abandonware, go into the Math Detective, and then I run the EXE as an administrator. There we go. I got it. It takes me a while to remember exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here. I have to do everything in... there we go. Wait, hold on. Oh, I need... Oh, yes. Open it, please. Okay, game. Alright. Oh, yeah. Windows tab. Close my Math Detective there. Music player. Music was real nice. I need to open up Close my GOG Galaxy. For some reason, OBS is not opening for me. So let me just close Carmen Sandiego again. Okay. Open this up and I hit quit. Yeah, quit. Okay. Will it finally open up again? No, it won't. Fine. Display settings. So for anyone here who isn't aware, we were going to be doing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Unfortunately, the game is crashing. Well, not really crashing. It's the website for retro achievements. So I'm doing a quick change around. What we're going to be doing now is any full screen application. Might as well try this. We're going to be playing Carmen Sandiego, Math Detective. So I'm going to be, yeah, it's still down, changing the stream information here. Not sure how I'm going to do that. Stream settings, edit. Oh, Carmen Sandiego. Math Detective. Surprise. Math. Okay. Okay. And now even my phone's acting up on me. Thanks, phone. Okay. And I change this here to here. Oh, what a mess of tonight. But it had to be done. Okay. Okay. Stream. Let me go over here. Get this fixed up. Update it for everyone there. Okay. Let's do this now. Carmen Sandiego, any full screen application. So this should capture Carmen Sandiego. She's an elusive one, as is her game. Properties. Go to Abandonware, Math Detective, send pin the start. Okay, unpin that. Put this one there. Okay, now it's just not. Okay. Specific window. Here we go. Properties. Here we go. CMD 32. Does it show on stream? Let's see. Capture specific window. CMD 32. It should be showing. Problems. Always a problem. Options. At progress. We go to any full screen application. See if this works. Trying to get a nearly 30-year-old PC game to show up. I had it working at one point. Instead of a game capture, I'm going to do a display capture. And this might do it. Math. Call it Math Detective. Here we go. Can it show? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to lower this thing. But it's not. Oh my god. Just go down so I can hit OK. Save. There we go. This little thing in the corner, that's what I see. Because my screen's borked right now. So let me just try and do what I can to fix this. While in oh gosh. So let's see how this goes. It's a bit of a pain, I imagine. What kind of preview is this? Scale the window. Does this work? Okay. How does this look? Make sure there's audio real quick. Okay, I hear it. What a mess. Okay, we're done. Getting set up. So I have 3 more landmarks. I'm going to stack the lenses in order with the lowest value on top, highest value on the bottom. Start with 10, go 2. Okay, someone's getting close, but I need to be able to there we go. Adam captured. And quickly answer the questions. 8 divided by 4. 4 divided by 2. 3 divided by 1. 10 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2. 2 2. 8 by 4. 12. 2. And then 6. This looks like a big screen, like on my stream. But for me, it's much smaller. ADEG. D to E. E to G. A, D, E, G. How many angles does square ADEG have? AC, DF. C, D, F. Rectangle. All the angles in rectangle ACDF are different. True or false? Need AB, B, C, D. Draw the shape ABCD. Draw line segments EF, GH. How many little squares make up big square ABCD? 4. Draw square A, B, C, D. Draw line segments EF and GH. How many squares do you see? 1, 2, and 3. That'd be a little tricky for some people because they see just the 2 small squares inside the 1. I always like the light spectrometer. The smallest has to be there, so lens has a lower value. Alright, the higher one needs to be on top. Alright, the lowest has to be above. What am I need to put the higher above. So 113, 112, 110. 70 times 9. I'm really going big on this. 50 times 7. 80 times 5. I haven't been getting much variety in the puzzles for this one so far. We got the light spectrometer, we got the atom smasher. $20 times 7. Just do that one. 70 times 2. International panic grows as power continues the drain from major urban centers worldwide. Paris, France was hardest hit city in Western Europe. The City of Lights is looking more like the City of Dim Bulbs. Paris officials, the situation is critical. The power drain continues to spread and shows no sign of slowing down. Oh, nice. Light waves. So, okay, I see. In this case, you want to find out what do you divide by 2 to get 19. But the easy thing when you do with this is you multiply. So 2 times 19, that would be 58. So if you ever get these types of questions in school, that's what you do. And in this case, we have we need to find out what you divide 77 by to get this number. But in this case, you can divide 77 by the 11 instead. So you'll know it's 7. $63 divided by 21. $16 times 3, 48. Sometimes if you have a hard time picturing it, you do it like by each 10th digit. So the 1 times 3, that's 30. Well, the 10 times 3 is 30. And then you add in the other one, get that result, and then you add them. These questions are typically supposed to be more difficult than usual for a 5th grader because they want you to be like, oh, you're too high, you're too low. But once you've done math enough times, you can do it in one guess. So 30, 18 equals 48. And this would be 6. And then you get 60 and then 12. Here we go. These are always fun. Blona Fuse, cheesy, walked to the nearest Eskimo village. She walked 10 miles and stopped to look at a polar bear. She had 125 miles left to travel. How many miles is it from the factory to the village? Let's see if I can do this one here. So she's already walked 10. She needs 125 miles more. Oh, wait. So then equals 135. She's walking 135 miles? What? Crazy woman. The Arctic Robot Factory had very few heaters. Carmen sent the factory 135 new heaters. Now they had 139 heaters. How many heaters did the factory have before Carmen sent more? So we subtract the 139 from there. So they had 4. Blona Fuse bought 4 cans of oil for the factory. Each can cost $4. How many dollars did she pay for all 4 cans of oil? So 4, and I don't know if they do the, yeah, they do. If you do the star symbol, it does the X. 16. The assembly line had 16 noses for new robots. They needed enough noses for 211 robots. How many more noses were needed? So we'll do 211 minus the 16 that they got. So we'll have 195. Blona Fuse made 195 left-handed robots. Then she made 45 right-handed ones. How many robots did she make altogether? Okay, so 195 left-handed plus the 45 right-handed, and we're going to get 240. The robot factory made 201 robots during the morning shift. The night shift made 39 robots. How many robots were made that day? So 201 during morning. Night shift had 39. They're really slacking there, aren't they? 240. One of the things I need to look out for, okay, there's the sound wave. I need to find out where the jewel is. I'm not sure if it's in this spot or if it's in a different area. Yeah, okay. It might not be. Wait, oh, there it is. Strange object. Sweet. So once I do this puzzle, then I can grab it and then move on. So 26. 10 will be 260. 20 would be 520. 598 minus 520 would be 78. 78 divided by 26 would be 3, so I need 23. It's a good thing this isn't timed. 486 divided by 18. So 20 would be 360. 360. 25. 450. 450 from 486, 36. So that's 2 more. So it's 27. $476 divided by 7. I suppose one of the easier way of doing this would be to move the decimal point a bit. So it's not 80 because 80 would be 560. So I need, it won't be 70 because 70 would be 490. 490 subtracted by 476 would be 14. So 2 off from that. There we go. $366 divided by 6, 61. I'm starting to get into the group. Actually, let me check here. I'll have this set to top messages only. Now I have set to all messages. Okay. $396 divided by 18. Okay, so 20 would be 360. 396, 360, get 36, just 2 there. 22. $384 divided by 8. 8 times 40 would be 320, which leaves 64. Bit low. I'm having a mind blank real quick. Okay, so 8. Oh, I'm thinking 80? Oh yeah, I'm way undershooting this at times. $10 would be 80. 20 would be 160. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the wrong one there. I need 160 more onto this. So if 20 is 160, 40 is 320, and then there. Mount Everest, Nepal, world's highest mountain.
Congratulations on putting Mount Everest back on the map, 9. We're pulling in the loot fast, but the power drain is spreading faster. The lights just went out here in Athens. What could Carmen possibly want with all that power? One thing I do know. We've got to destroy that rock. I know what we need for the job. Now I just have to find it. Wish me luck.
Still got it in me. Ten times 28, 280, which leaves 28 off of that. So one more on there. 240 from there would leave 72, which is 3 more. $230 off of 414. Less than 200 would be 100 and 184. 184. So let's see. 10 is 230. Divide that by half. Then we have 115. 345 would be 15. $345 be 69 from there, so 3 more. Do 520, 20. 10 is 200. 20 is 400. 6 and more in there. $576, 24. 20 would be 480. 480 off of 576. 94. Just 4 more. $22. If I have 15, that would be 330. 330 off of 418. 88. 4 more. Perfect. Going to CD-ROM's house. Great name. There's the crystal capsule. Draw a rectangle. A, B, C, D. Sides AB and CD are the same length. True. Draw A, B, C, and draw E, F, G. Which shape is a rectangle? Well, that would be ABCD. Draw a rectangle. D, E. How many right angles do you see? 4. Draw a rectangle. A, B, C, D. And then draw line segments, E, F. How many rectangles do you see? They're doing it again. Sneaky. There's 1, 2, and then an overall 3. I need to remember to come back here. That's where the capsule is. Oh dear. Oh, this isn't so bad. They were having me do things in the hundreds in the last one. Yeah. 276. Hmm. 20. Okay. Orbiting. NASA project. Lens.
All right, 9, you've eluded me. So far. I'm impressed. You know, you could have been a great thief, but I must say, I'm enjoying our little game.
Velma Inventris. Oh, they always love their pun names in these. Gotta find. Adam. Okay. Yeah, remember that time I talked about how they're bringing in the hundreds here? Yeah, here it is again. The 600. 1,000. 400. Gets so tiresome. Just the extra step of you having to move it down 2. So like 8 times 4, that's 32. Then you add the 2 more on the end there. So like 8 times 5, it's obviously 40. So then you add in the 2 on the end. There it is. If I'm having to guess, it's the International Space Station. Here we are. Last year, Velma Inventress made 25 inventions for Carmen's gang. She has created 700 inventions since she joined Vile. How many inventions did she make for Carmen before last year? So we have 700 minus the 25 she made last year. 675. CD-ROM bought an electric fly swatter from Velma Inventress. The price was $25. Velma gave CD-ROM $19 in change. How many dollars did the hacker give the inventor to begin with? So, 25 plus the 19 and change. Total would give us the 44. Why would you give someone $44? Bit of an awkward number. Velma took 19 hours to invent a tiny camera. She spent another 41 hours building it. How many hours did she work on the camera? So 19 hours to invent it, 41 hours to make it, which gives us 60. The temperature outside Velma Inventress's lab is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty brutal. Velma's air conditioner lowered the temperature inside the lab by 60 degrees. How many degrees is the temperature inside the lab? Lowering it down to 60 is pretty wild. Honestly, I would have just lowered it down to 75. This is pretty good. Oh, yeah. 120, lowered it by 60, which gives us 60. I have my current house set to 78, honestly. Teriyaki ordered 60 of Velma's tiny tape recorders. 2 weeks later, she ordered 30 more. How many tape recorders did Teriyaki order altogether? So, 60 from the initial batch, 30 in the second, gives us 90. Velma Inventress forgot to check her answering machine for 30 days. I've forgotten worse before. Carmen sent 3 messages per day. During that time, how many messages did Carmen send in the 30 days? Oof. So 30 days, and each day, do the star, 3 messages, another 90. I don't think Carmen was happy about that. Imagine sending someone 3 messages each day for 30 days. You'd probably get tired of it. Okay, I can go here and grab this here. Wait. Oh, right, I didn't have the last 2. There. Mr. Kadabra's place here. They had me thinking that I didn't need 2 more of the passwords. Some simple math for once, because all the other ones were just complicated. The hardest part here is just trying to find the number on the list. Ancho. When I was little, the Atom Smasher was the challenge I didn't like the most, but it happened to be the one I get the most. That's probably why I didn't like it. I like it would have been some. How did I miss that? Draw a circle. There we go. From center point A to D. Draw a line segment AD. Line segment AD is called the radius of the circle. How long is the radius? So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Radius, there's the diameter. Drawing a circle from center point B to C. Draw line segment BC, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. How long's the radius? I think I counted. Oh, I could just. I'm an idiot. There's all these these numbers here. Circle from point center A to C. Line segment BC. Which line segment is the radius? CB? No, it's diameter. AC? That works. BC? No. AD? Well, AD would work, but there's no line there. So A and C. Circle from center point A to E. Line segment BC. Line segment BC is called the diameter of the circle. I remember that much. How long is the diameter? So instead of being an idiot and just counting by each line, I can just look up here. 8 to 20, so it's 12. Alright, now I can go back to the capsule for real this time. While approaching, The Hubble telescope, the world's largest orbiting telescope. Okay, so I wasn't right on that one. But that is a cool one.
Thanks to you, the Hubble's back in orbit. Well done, 9. We're in the home stretch now. Unfortunately, so is Carmen. We can't waste any time. You've only got one more landmark to find. Good luck.
Yeah, lots of places, but these are the final 4. Starting off strong. I'll have the light one. So yeah, I need to get to the 4. There. Got the 4. Strange object. And there it is. Sweet. Now I know where to go for this. Adam. 2, 6, 2, 6, 4, 6, 4, 8. At the very least, they're not making me simplify it. That makes things a lot faster. Yep. Dinosaurs. Ugh. Still can't get enough of the names. There are 971 known pieces of an old map to North America. Museum owns 947 of those pieces. How many more pieces are not owned by the museum? So we'll take the total. 971 minus the 947 the museum owns. And we're going to get 24. The museum has 24 gorilla bones from Africa and 9 gorilla bones from Asia. How many more gorilla bones? Wait, how many gorilla bones does the museum own? Reading too fast here. So 24 from Africa, or we're gonna, wait, hold on. 24 plus 9 equals. The Natural History Museum has 212 new exhibits to exhibit or to display. It now displays 33 exhibits. How many exhibits will it have altogether? So it still has 212 coming up. It has the 33. So it's going to have 145. The museum bought 245 pounds of ancient stones from Peru. They were 224 pounds too heavy for the display case. How many pounds can the display case hold? Oh, that's a little much there. So 245 minus the 224 excess means the display case can hold 21. The museum had 7 visitors each day for 3 days. What is the total number of visitors for the week? This might be a bit tricky because I need to, it could go either way. It could be 3 days times 7. Let me do this one then. Dinosaur ships 3 boxes of old swords to Carmen. Each box held 9 swords. How many swords were in the shipment? That's what I was thinking. So go here. So 9 swords, 3 boxes, and then. Because over here I was thinking of having 7 at the start instead of 3. So 3, 7. Aborigines legend. I remember right, there was a tooth here you could search. This bone was 1. Any of these paintings could be as well. That would do it. Okay. 2 would be the 1460. 1560. 1560 plus 700 and wait, shouldn't I just say it's 4? No. Alright, let's simplify this then. So 7 times 5 is 35. 700 times 5 is 3,500. 3,500 off of 3,900 is 400. And an 80 would also work. So. Seriously. Need 8. 900 times 8 would be 7,200. And then 80 times 8 would be 640, which matches up there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. $6,320. 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 80 would be 640. 8 times 800 would be 6,400. And that's also leaving 80 from there. So my goodness. 3,360 divided by 4. 1,180. 1,180 divided by 2. Huh? Wait a minute, that wouldn't be it. Okay, I'm being an idiot again. It would be 1,680. 1,680. 1,680 divided by 2. Wait. Oh, I didn't click. Whoops. I misclicked. $140 times something is 560. Looks to be 4. My brain's turning the mush from all this. As if to give me some leeway, it's making them not as hard. As much as I can say that they are. Big rock. Aborigines. This is nobody in Australia. Well, that was horrifying. To Acme agents, afield and abroad. From the management. Urgent. Acme is losing power. 80% of our field offices have shut down, and Acme headquarters may be next. This could be the last Acme communication you'll receive for some time. As the power drain spreads. Another. Oh my goodness. I might have to put Lightwave Sensor as my actual least favorite for now. 500, 250, 750, 790. Dun, dun. That looks to be 3. Please give me easy ones. I don't want to get through this. Never mind. This would be 4. So 400. Wait. 168. 326. No. 336. 136. That's 168. 600. 720. 750. $164. Oh goodness. 800. 920. 948. 'Welcome back, Item Smasher. Minus 050. Okay. Need to watch that. 5 eighths minus 2 eighths, which is 3 eighths. 8 tenths minus 4 tenths. 4 tenths. 5 6 minus 2 6. 3 6. 3 nines minus 2 ninths. 4 ninths. 6 eighths minus 3 eighths, which is 3 eighths. 3 eighths minus 1 eighth, 2 eighths. If you get one wrong, it subtracts your time from you. So you do have to be a little careful for that. 3 nines minus nothing, which is 3 tenths. 9 tenths. What's that? I'm really lucky it doesn't make me simplify it, because that would be a pain. No meteor. Danger transport. Okay. With the crazy robot woman. Draw a circle, center point A to B. Draw another circle, center point C to B. Okay. Which point is on circle A, but not on circle... Oh, what do I say? Circle point is on circle A, but not on circle C. That would be point D. Draw squares. A, C, E, G. Okay, and then B, E, C, D. Which points do both squares share? So E and C. Draw rectangles A, B, G, H. And C, D, F, J. Which points are inside both rectangles? K and E. Draw a circle, center point E to C. Draw line segments A, B, and D, E. Which points are outside of circle E? Oh, A, B, and F. $18.73. There we go. Molecule. Amphibian ordered 32 octopus robots for protection. She already had an army of 225. How many octopus robots will she have? So let's say 225 plus the newly ordered 32. Give her the 257. Lona shipped 47 super microchips hidden in blocks of ice. She sent another 178 hidden in a cake. How many microchips were sent? Let's see, so 47 hidden in blocks of ice plus the 178. I'll check and see if this is right. As it could go either way, but depending on the number. Yeah. Luna Fuse had a box of 178 robot noses. She installed 134 of the noses on a special robot. How many noses are still in the box? So we take the 178. Wait, hold on. There's 134. Make sure I put that in right. 178 minus 134, get 44. The robot needed 44 more batteries to increase its power. This brought the number of batteries to 67. How many batteries did the robot have before the increase in power? So 67 minus the 44 newly installed ones give us 23. The supply room has 67 robot eyeballs. A new delivery brought in 280 more robot eyeballs. How many eyeballs does the lab now have? So we start with the initial batch. A new delivery of 280. So we have 347. Excuse me. The ceiling of the robot lab was 65 feet high. It was raised to 280 feet high. How many feet was the ceiling raised? It's no small amount. Okay. So 280 minus the 65 initial height. We'll have the 215. There it goes. That was the final one. Tribes. Yep, Aboriginal tribes, not a meteor. When drone warfare was not so popular. Ayers Rock, Australia, largest exposed monolith. Yep.
So you've taken back all my little souvenirs. Oh well, while you were out fetching monuments, I've been deflecting the world's power to my quantum crystallizer. Soon it will generate a force field that will make Bile Central invincible.
9, we've got no time to spare. I've finished analyzing the blueprint. These crystals form some sort of key. Figure out the pattern, and then we can get to the rock. I have what we need to destroy it. I'm on my way there. Good luck.
So we got circles. Got Wait, that's yellow. I'm being colorblind again.
You've decoded the lock. Great work, 9. Now let's finish the job. Here's what we need to pulverize this pebble. Better stand back. Well, Carmen, I know how much you hate loose ends. So you'll be glad to know this finally wraps up our old Prometheus case. I guess that puts an end to your plans. Not to mention Vile Central.
An end to my plans? I don't think so. This is just a temporary setback. There's more rock where that came from. Ta-ta!
Nice. That was fun. Really darn good music too. There goes again, YouTube putting me on top messages instead of all. There. So that was Carmen Sandiego, Math Detective. I used to play this game a ton when I was little. It's good to get back into it again. Oh, okay. And it just closes. It closes the game. So, okay. Here you get to see my my desktop, by the way. Okay. And then let me switch over to my pause screen. So, yeah, there we go. I'll go back here, start put on a few tunes while I yap. Okay. Display settings. I'm going to check and see if Retro Achievements is working again. Right now it's only 9:57, so I can potentially get back into Harry Potter tonight if it's not down still. It's still down. What? Who's... It says it's open, but I just managed to load it. It's kind of weird. Okay. Okay. It's working on... for me on my website, on my web browser. So I'm going to try doing, I'm going to open up PCSX2 for finish here. PCSX2, hit here. Let's see if I can't log in. Log in. Well, log in. Don't know, it's not loading, so... We just did some Carmen Sandiego. We managed to finally finish the game there. I always wanted to have a math detective for whenever something goes completely wrong. I get blindsided and I need something to play. So fortunately, we had exactly that for this stream, which was going to be a Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, completing that game once and for all. But right now there seems to be something wrong online, causing it to not work. So I'm going to probably go offline for a little bit, enable hardcore mode. Sure. Oh, I managed to log in. Okay. Wait a second, I don't want to turn this off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go offline for a little bit. I want to finish getting some supper, eat what I can, freshen up, and I may be at 10:30, if not up to 11 p.m. I'm going to get back on the Sorcerer's Stone and try to complete the game fully, because honestly, it should only take me another hour, if not two, just to finish it. So I think that would be my plan for tonight. Let me just go back here. Disable hardcore mode. Alright. So I'll see you all later tonight, once I get things set up for the Sorcerer's Stone. if you wanted to see the Math Detective, but managed to get the ending. I'll see you all then. Take care, everyone.